Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box, the final countdown. It's the game week 34 review. The last Banter in the Box of the 28th season of the Family Fantasy Football League. This week, 3 managers went into the transfer market. One of them paying £5 million for an Oity's Mind tactical gambit, which allowed them to purchase a player that already belonged to another Family Fantasy Football League side. And as I'm going out on the Sunday night, we've already had a manager make a transfer in game week 35. Great to see people making transfers in the final straight of the season. In this final edition of Banter in the Box, we've got your game week 34 winners and losers. 4 winners, 4 losers. The 4 winners all gaining a manager of the season point. The 4 losers all losing a manager of the season point. Although the manager of the season looks done and dusted. I'm doing my best to keep it interesting. We've got a twist in the chairman's chats. More on that later. I've got a meme of the week. It wasn't quite this week, but I kind of missed it. Although I did see it. I thought it was really funny, but then I kind of forgot to cover it. So I've put it in for this week. A manager of the season update. I went crazy last week. I put 30 manager of the season points on the table in a bid to try and get somebody to topple Neil Hatch from the top. We'll see how that went. And FFFL Presentation Awards, 8th of June. Only 7 people have confirmed that they are coming to the Family Fantasy Football League Presentation Awards on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook event. If you are planning to attend, can you let me or the boss Joe know? It would be appreciated. So, your game week 34 winners. Take a bow. Shrimpers FC manager Stephen Lee climbed a place to 22nd in game week 34, which is the highest he's been since game week 29. Take a bow also. Pez United manager Ryan Perrin climbed 1 place to 17th. Which was the highest he had been since game week 26. Take a bow. Clockhouse Rangers manager great Uncle George climbed 1 place to 15th. Almost the top half of the table. The highest that George has been since game week 19. But the biggest game week 34 winner is the league leader. The Creed Bratton Society's Mad Hatter. Stayed top with a 3rd weekly win of the season. 47 points in game week 34. 1 manager of the season point to those 4. Your game week 34 losers, hide your head in shame for about the 3rd or 4th week running. Green Top Milk in the cup final this weekend. How did he reach the cup final? In the cup final against 11 Cox, but he's going into that cup final in absolutely awful form. Fell another place to 18th. And you have to go back to game week 3 for the last time James Bloomfield was as low as 18th in the table. Hide your head in shame. Foxborough Foxes manager Charlotte Williams fell 1 place to 23rd. That's the lowest she's been since game week 25. Hide your head in shame also. No happy endings manager Dyer Maloney, who dropped back into the relegation zone for the first time since game week 30. But the biggest game week 34 loser is Dyer's husband Steve Maloney, Ostrich Bar Stewards manager, stayed 2nd from bottom, but he was the lowest scorers in game week 34 with just 4 points. Where they had them, 1 manager of the season point lost. Now, Chairman's Chats. I said I wasn't going to do it. I had been asking for questions for weeks and weeks, needed at least 6 questions to make it interesting. Hadn't got enough, so last week I said, that's it. We're not going to do that. We're going to cancel the Chairman's Chats. And then I got a flurry of questions. So, well, I say a flurry. I got a few. I got enough to make the Chairman's Chats worth doing. So, we are, at some point between now and the Presentation Awards, going to sit down with an FFFL legend, Mark Benwell, and have a chat. And it's not too late. If you haven't submitted a question, you can still get your question in to me. Email me, subject heading Chairman's Chats. Otherwise, I'll lose it. Email me, subject heading Chairman's Chats, the one question you want me to ask Mr. Benwell. Now, we're going to shake things up because I normally say that the questions are pitched at Mark anonymously, so he won't know who's asked the question at the point I ask him to name his favourite question. So it's nice and fair. We normally give 5 manager of the season points to the favourite question, but I'm still feeling a bit crazy at the moment, so I'm going to say let's make this interesting. 40 manager of the season points to the manager who Mark says is his favourite question. So I don't know when that chairman's chats will happen. Some point between now and the presentation awards. If you've already got your question in, that's fine. You can't submit a second one. But if you haven't yet got your question in and you want a chance of picking up those 40 manager of the season points, then email me your question. Meme of the week. It was a few weeks ago and it was submitted by No Cock For Me manager Sarah Goodwin. She posted this on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group, an homage to our debut manager Jordan Jenkins' chicken tikka masala. Sarah posted this: chicken tikka masala with rice, then drink water. With great company, things could get messy. I liked it and I'm feeling generous. 10 manager of the season points for Sarah, just for posting the meme on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group, because we haven't had anyone post a meme on there for a while. Who the fuck is that? Now, I said I'd give you 15 points if you named the current Family Fantasy Football League manager pictured there, and 15 points if you named the body part. 2 managers, despite that monumentally generous offer, 2 managers had a go this week. Arden Diamonds manager Steve Holmes thought that it was a picture of Foxborough Fox's manager Charlotte Williams, and he thought that it was Charlotte Williams' forehead. And Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch, who, to be honest, deserves the manager of the season award because he's gone for these every single week, he also thought it was a picture of Charlotte Williams' Foxborough Foxes, and he said that it was the body part was shoulder chest area. Now, I'm not going to give a bonus point for someone who names a vague body area or multiple body areas, and it wasn't the forehead, but it was a picture of Foxborough Foxes manager Charlotte Williams. So 15 manager of the season points to Neil and Steve Holmes. So with all of the manager of the season points and the meme of the week, etc., etc., this is the top half of the table. The Mad Hatter, joint 14th, 7 points. Ryan Perrin goes clear 13th, 8 points. Those two for being game week 34 winners. George Moody goes clear 9th for being a game week 34 winner on 12 points. Stephen Lee goes clear 7 for being on 14 points for being a game week 34 winner. Sarah Goodwin goes joint 5th for getting those 10 points for getting the meme of the week. Steve Holmes climbs to 3rd for getting the 15 points for getting the who the fuck is that. And Neil Hatch stretches his league to a massive 24 points. The manager who has won the title more often than anybody else is in pole position to get £15 million of free tactical gambits next season. We'll be lucky if anyone enters next year. So, a chance for you all to stop Neil getting that manager of the season table is to name the current Family Fantasy Football League manager that's pictured there. There's no more banter in the boxes now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 40 manager of the season points. If you can tell me on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there. I have to take your first answer, so don't go too early. But equally don't leave it too late, because the first manager that names it gets 40 manager of the season points. The first manager. But you have to put it on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. If you can tell me the Family Fantasy Football League manager pictured there, you'll get 40 manager of the season points. So that is it. There are no more banter in the boxes this season. There's going to be a chairman's chat, little sneaky bonus before the presentation awards, but no more banter in the boxes. No more updates. The cup this weekend, I don't know the result. And in fact, there's a game tomorrow night between Manchester United and Crystal Palace, so it's not decided yet. But I haven't even looked to see who's winning out of Green Top Milk and 11 Cocks. Good luck to both of them in the Family Fantasy Football League Cup this weekend. Neither of them have ever been in a cup final before, so we're going to get a new name on the cup. And it was looking like the league table was done and dusted with the Mad Hatter about 70, 80 points clear at the top. But then he decided last week to transfer out Haaland. The week before, he got 4 goals in the Premier League. That's made things interesting at the top of the table, I can tell you. If you are coming to the Family Fantasy Football League on the 8th of June, it's at FFFL HQ, kick-off 3 o'clock. If you are coming, it would be great to see as many of you as possible, but can you just let me know, or the wife know, that you are coming? And if you are coming, bring whatever you're drinking and just let us know what you're going to contribute buffet-wise, so we can sort of make sure that we don't end up with 5,000 vol-au-vents and a Scotch egg. That would be appreciated. I hope to see many of you at the Family Fantasy Football League as possible, so we can close the curtain on the 28th season of the Family Fantasy Football League. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope all of you that can come back next year will be back. Someone's going to be relegated because we've had one new manager nominated to join next year. But I hope as many of you that can come back, all but the one person that isn't relegated, you will want to come back for the 29th season. So until the presentation awards, take care everyone. Bye-bye.